And we're live. Take it away, Apache.
All right. Well, welcome everybody to today's workshop. I'm not sure if you know what this is all about, so I'll give a little explanation. So through the Inuit Futures project that's run out of Concordia University with in conjunction with the Inuit Art Foundation, who I work for, we decided to do these workshops run by Inuit artists and cultural workers during the pandemic to just promote some community learning and to give some opportunities to artists to do a bit of work. And today, as you know, you've signed up for Pink Fantasy Makeup Tutorial with Bailey Johnston here. Just a couple of little things. Please, when Bailey's doing the presentation, just mute yourself so that we can hear the presentation as well as possible. And we are being recorded, and the recording will be posted on our website afterwards. And if you have questions, feel free to put them into the chat and I'll ask them for you, just so that Bailey doesn't have to like pay attention to what they're doing and to the chat as well. So you don't have to worry about that, Bailey. I'll be on top of that. And I also just asked people to introduce themselves in the chat if they want to let us know where they're from. T said she's from Miami, so we have quite a distance of people coming in. Bailey's in Truro, Nova Scotia, and I'm in Vancouver. And I know some people are from Montreal, so it's quite a diverse group. And off to you, Bailey.
All right, so today I'll be showing you guys again the Pink Fantasy makeup that I've done before. So first things first, I have this hair covering my forehead, and I'm just gonna put that away with a headband. So if you have hair in front of your forehead, I know it's quite large, but we don't talk about that. So just put that away, and then you want to take your foundation. That's your skin tone, obviously. I use liquid. You can use like powder or cream if you want. I just put a few drops onto my hand like that, and then I take my beauty sponge and then I just put it all over my face, and then you just want to get it all over. And it's important that you don't rub it in, because then you'll get like these marks and like it won't be a good coverage all over. You want to do like bouncing motions just to get the best final look. So you just want to do that all over your face, and if you run out, just put a few more drops onto your hand and then pick it up again with your beauty sponge. Now, so this.
How much coverage are we hoping for, Bailey?
So I put it all over my face, and my foundation that I use isn't quite full coverage. So just like light coverage, I guess. I don't know. It's not.
What foundation do you like? What are you using?
So a lot of my products are drugstore, because I still am like starting out in makeup and I don't have the budget to, you know, buy high quality makeup all the time. So you
need a job at Sephora so you can get a staff
Yes.
discount.
So I use the CoverGirl True Blend foundation. It's at it's at most drugstores, and it goes for like $5 or $6 a bottle, and it's the one I've been using ever since I started, and I think it's like a great product for the price. So make sure to like cover your eyes as well, because the eyeshadow later on needs a base to stick on, and it's just, you know, I just find foundation like good enough, and concealer on top of that, which we'll be getting into next. Yeah, you also want to get your neck, because if your foundation isn't your skin tone, your neck is going to be looking a lot different from your face, and you don't want that in photos. Same thing with your ears. Make sure don't forget the ears, because again, different skin tones, your ears will be quite different.
I've never put makeup on my ears before.
All right, so then after you do your first layer of foundation, I go in with my concealer, which I can't see right now, which is weird because I had everything laid out, but now I can't find my, oh, it's right here. All right, so you take your concealer. I use the Revlon Color Stay. It's a stick concealer. If you have like, you know, a liquid one, just put it on your hand and then use a brush to apply it. So I go down and I go across to create this little like triangle shape on my face. I do that underneath both eyes. I put some over top of my lip, on my cupid's bow, some on my chin, some on my nose as well, and then right there at the center of my forehead. So this concealer will help cover up any like dark circles you have under eyes, which I do have. That's why I put it in my eyes mostly. But also creates highlights on your face to draw that light onto there and make it seem like you have, you know, higher cheekbones and like a more defined cupid's bow. So I'm taking the same beauty sponge and just again using dabbing motions to just blend it out everywhere. So with the concealer underneath your eye, I bring it above the eye just because like I have discoloration on the lids of my eyes. So I just take it over there as well and just blend it out to the side. So every single time I do makeup, I do a full face of foundation first and concealer and everything. And then I just take it from there. And then with the nose, I just dab lightly upwards. So that, and then I dab the forehead all around. So the reason why I put concealer on my forehead is to create a light at the very center of it and the very middle. And then later on, I'll darken the outsides to make my forehead appear smaller, just in case I like want to do a pose that is like brushing my hand through my hair. It'll just create like a smaller forehead. So then I take my foundation that's a few shades darker than my skin tone. Again, I put a few drops onto my hand. And I take my beauty sponge and I take the flat edge and then I just go in with my contour. So I kind of like angle my face and then I go where my cheekbones are and then I just cut it a little bit and then I blend it. So this will just create a shadow to create like a more defined cheekbone. I do the same on the other side, just cut it a little bit and then blend it out.
Bailey, I only have powder bronzer. Can I do the same basically? Or should I skip this step?
Yeah, just skip this step then, and then it will come in later and define it more with contour later on. And then I put some on the outside of my forehead because again, it is quite large, but with makeup, anything is possible. So I'm just gonna attempt to make it a bit smaller. Just blending. A lot of foundation and like layering your foundation is a lot of blending. And again, you want to do it bouncing motions. And then I take some and I put it underneath my jawline as well, just to accentuate that. And then again, I blend it out. And then anywhere that I see like it's not as blended as I want it, I just go back in and I blend a little more. All right. So then you want to take your setting powder. I use this Marcel setting powder. It's drugstore because I mean it's setting powder. There's not much variation in it. So then what I do with my setting powder is I close the lid and then I turn it upside down. I shake it a bit and then I unscrew it. And then you have powder inside your little tin. So then I take a powder puff and then I just go in where I put that concealer and also right underneath my jaw and I cut it. I do the same on the other side. Cut it. And then again underneath the under eyes and on top of the eyes. So this will just set everything you just did in place and just create a very like matte finish. So like you aren't shimmering. So I put it first where I put the concealer and just underneath my jaw. Then I take a little bit and I go where I contoured, because you still want to set that in place, but you don't want it to like set as much as you did where the other places. Because it'll also help to like lighten up where you put those highlights. So then I take once I finish that, I take this little powder foundation brush. I just go into where I contoured and quickly just swipe it off. So you can swipe towards your face, away from your face. I mean, it doesn't.
It's like magic.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because this will just help like set everything in place. So then I leave the rest how it is and just let it bake. This is called baking. It's a technique used by drag queens a lot. I just use it because I like how it like finishes and how it looks at the end. So that's it for like the foundation and everything else until we get later on into like contour and blush, where we'll go back into like where we right now have the setting powder. So then I move on to the eyes. So this look is quite basic and where you only really need one brush and one color. So I have the James Charles palette, which I use for all of my looks basically. But any pink look, like any pink eyeshadow will work for this look. So while this is baking, it does require like a little bit of time just for like the powder to actually like mix with the like good foundation, I guess. So yeah, so I take a hand mirror. I don't actually own one, so I just take my contour palette and I use the mirror in that. But you want to go into your eyeshadow with your brush, just swirl it around there in a little bit.
What does your brush look like?
So it's just like a flat head brush, if you can't see that, like it's just a flat head brush.
Okay.
If you can focus. Yeah, so a flat head brush, like small, like blending brush, not blush. Yeah, I just use it for application and blending. It's just, I find it easier. So then I go into my eye, and you don't want to swipe on your eyeshadow because that'll just create very streaky look. First, you want to pack it on, and then you can blend later on. So
Is this your overall color that we're doing now? Because I have purples and pinks, and I don't know where I should start because purple's a bit darker.
Yeah, so this is like your base shade, so this is the shade you want to see the most.
Okay.
And like this look is only one eyeshadow, honestly. So I just go in and I place it down on top of my eye. And kind of like a circular kind of shape. Make sure to get underneath your lash line as well, like your under eye, because it'll just unify the look. So again, just in like a circular kind of pattern. And you're placing that product on. You're not swiping it anywhere. You're just placing it on just to create a more unified look at the end.
How high above the eyelid do you want to go?
So I go quite far. So I go like just below my brow, way above my crease. Because this is a very thick look. So once you have like a nice round shape, just like that, it should look like a half circle. So if you cut it in half, it's like a half circle right there. So once you have that type of shape, that's when you want to start filling. So I take the same exact brush and I just take this and I start swiping it into my inner eye. Just like that. So that'll create that kind of ombre look that we're going for, where the inside is lighter than the outside. So I do the same with my under eye, where I just take it and I blend it all the way in.
Hey, Belly, do you always place your eyeshadow on your eyelids like that, even if you're not going for that look? Because I do a lot of going across, I just swipe it on. Do I always blot it on?
Yeah, so I always blot it on just because like when you're swiping it on, it tends to create that streaky look, and you'll have like a patchy look compared to like when you place it on then blend it.
Okay, so always just blot.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
So then, yeah, you want it, then you go from like the outer part and you just blend it slightly out. So yeah, this, I do a lot of blending just because I like it like very soft and subtle and like a lot like, I don't want like harsh lines in my makeup like at all. So like it's a lot of blending for me. So then once I have it nice and like blended how I like it, that's it for the eye basically, until we get into like eyeliner and stuff later on. So then you just want to do the same exact thing you did on this eye to the other eye. So again, take some more product onto your brush, just throw it down in your eyeshadow.
Oh, you turned your video. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, my phone.
Okay.
Told me I have 20% left, so that's fine. So again, you want to blot it on again, just place it on. And again, that semicircle shape is what you're looking for from underneath. And then just above, again, going way above your crease and just almost to your brow, basically. All right, so now that I have a shape that I'm quite happy with, I'm gonna start blending with the same exact brush, just dragging all that, some of that product into the inner eye to create a nice ombre look. All right, so now that I have the inner eye how I want it, I'm just gonna take it again and blend it out. So you see there's a little bit of fallout on my under eye, but that's okay because we did have that powder underneath there already. And that, instead of clinging to your foundation, that extra little bit of fallout will be clinging to the powder instead. So again, you want to blend, blend, blend. Blending is, you want to blend for your life, basically. Okay. No harsh lines here, and you want a nice subtle look. So now that my eyes, I look at my eyes and I notice that this one's a lot darker than this side, so I'm just going to go back into this side, do a little bit of more pink, or shade of more, just so that I don't have one eye darker than the other, if I can open my palette, that is. I'm just gonna, again, when you're placing product on, you want to blot, so just place it on, pat it on, and then blend it. All right, so this would be a finished look for me. Like I would just like dust this off. But if you did have like a deeper color that you wanted to add on, for example, like a purple or like a red, this is where you can like take it. I actually just put a little bit on my brush, the same brush, because I don't really use my other brushes. And then you can put it into the corner of your eye, like the very corner of your eye. Just create that little extra shadow there, and then blend it out a little bit more. It might not look like much, but it'll just create a little extra dimension in your eye, and just add a little bit more something to it. So again, just placing down the color in the corner of my eye, and then blending it out. So that's it for the eyeshadow. Very quick, very easy. So then you want to take the same foundation brush, like the powder brush we took in the beginning, to like dust off our contour and just dust underneath the eye. And you see it'll create that little like extra little like shadow to cut your cheekbones. and just cut everything else as well. So now I have like a nice little like pink look going on. So now we're gonna get into contour and like everything else before we go on to eyeliner, because I do eyeliner last, just because for me it's the hardest. So I have this little contour palette from e.l.f. because e.l.f. is the amazing place to go for drugstore quality makeup at an amazing price. It is also like, I find it better quality than most drugstore makeup just because I don't know, I like their products. So I go in, because this is the dark contour thing. So I take the lightest shade onto a angled foundation brush, just like this. And this brush will do all my contour basically. So I take the lightest shade just on there, and then I angle my face and like I pull my lips to the side, and then I just go in and I cut my cheeks a little bit with contour.
So when you're picking a contour color, should it be a little bit darker than your skin tone?
Yeah, because you want to create a shadow there. So like if you choose a color that is your skin tone, it won't create that shadow at all. Yeah. So again, I cut my cheekbone. So then I'm going to go in and just cut my jaw as well, because I want to concentrate that. And you want to take your angled brush and like follow the brush, I guess. So like you don't want to be like going against the brush. You want to go with the brush. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. Just cutting my cheekbone. And then I'll get into the darker shades on my forehead, which I'll do next. So then I take my deepest shade and I just put it in the very far corners of my forehead. Just create a shadow there, so if like I do end up doing a pose that is like me running my hand through my hair, there isn't like a giant like highlight there. And then I take the second darkest shade here, and then I go in and I kind of create an arc on my forehead. Take the third lightest shade, this one, or the second lightest shade, I guess, and then again do that arc and just blend it out. I'll take the lightest shade and again just follow that arc a little bit, just blend it out a little bit more. And then I notice that this part is like super light compared to the contour, so then I just blend it out a little bit more. So that's what I do for contour, and then since it's done, I take my hair back down and just style it. That's not hard, style it, okay. So that covers. So then like if I do like end up running my hand through my hair, you see I already have that contour to make it appear a little bit smaller than how it actually is. So then I do my blush. So I take the biggest foundation brush I have because I like blush. I think it looks cute. And I have, again, from e.l.f., this blush palette. And I just go and I swirl all around because I like pink. What can I say? And then I like dust it off a little bit. So you just hit it to the side of your palette a little bit. And then you want to go right above your contours just to accentuate that cheek again. Just give yourself. I want it to be like nice and subtle. I don't do like, for this look, I won't do like a heavy blush.
Do you try to use a pink that matches the pink of your eyes, or do you go with like a slightly different shade? Or
I just go with whatever pink I have in blush, to be honest.
Okay.
So then I go in again on the other side. And again, I tap it on. I don't rub it on. I just tap, tap, tap. Tapping is the best way to do your makeup, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys can see that well, but like, it's nice. It's subtle. It like kind of lifts up your cheekbones a little bit. I really like how it looks in the end with like that little like blush right above where you put your contour. So then I go in with my highlight, which is a jelly highlight from e.l.f. If you are using a powder, then you want to use like a fan brush, which I do have right here. So fan brush just looks like this. It's like nice, it's flat, and it just looks like a fan. So the fan brush, you just like swipe it. So highlight is the only thing you want to swipe on, and you just swipe it on like that. But I use a jelly highlight, which if you're using one of those, is like actually like a jelly that you just dip your finger in, and then you just place it where you want it, and then you blend it out. So putting a highlight on your cheekbones will again just accentuate it and like kind of create like a light catching effect. You know what, I forgot to contour my nose, which is something really important. So I take the angled brush. I forget a lot of things from time to time, like throughout the process, and I just go back and fix it later because, yeah. So again, I take my lightest shade and contour with the same angled brush, and I just go from where my brow is, and I just swipe it down. And I do the same on the other side, and just swipe it down. And that will create just like a nice contour on your nose to make it look a little bit slimmer than it is, and just like bring the look a little bit together. And I'm glad I did not totally forget that. So then I take a little bit of my highlight again, and I put it underneath my eyebrow. And then I'm gonna just blend it out. So this, when like caught by the light, this will accentuate your bone right there and your brow at the same time. So then I do the same. Oh, now my hair's messed up. Yeah. And then I'm gonna just put it on the other side and blending my finger. And then I do the same brow and then blend. And then you can take a little tiny bit of highlight. Just put a drop on your nose.
Hey, Bailey, what is the purpose of putting the highlight below your eyebrow? Yeah, right.
So that'll just that'll just define your brow bow as it is like right here, and it'll like define your brow.
Got it.
Like when caught by the light. And I just like how it looks. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, obviously. That's something that I always end up doing on my looks.
Thank you.
Of course. So then I take an eyeliner. I used to have a Morphe eyeliner, but I ran out of it. So I use this drugstore one called Tattoo Studio. It's still really good. It's the one I started out with. But yeah, so if it'll unscrew. That's a nice wand. Right. And you want to take some product on there, obviously. If you don't have any product on your wand, just like put it back in and just like shake up your bottle a little bit. So this is where we get into winged eyeliner. It's a little bit scary, not gonna lie.
Should this be liquid? It should be.
Yeah, so I use liquid. You can use an angled brush with like powder or like cream if you want. I just always end up using liquid. So I'm very bold when it comes to liquid liner because I just pick a point. I just swipe to my eye. Fine. And then I look up, and then you take it, and then you place it down, and then you swipe, and then you connect them to create this line. Now, if you have false lashes, you'll barely look at this liner, so it's okay if it's a little messed up, if it's a little wonky. I do have false lashes. That's what I use. But if you don't, it'll still like like touch that eye, like make your eye a little bit more pointed, which is always a plus. I'm also not the best at winged liner because it is very hard to do. Winged liner is probably one of the hardest things to do in makeup. So if you can do it well, I am jealous of you.
Do you recommend liquid over pencil?
I do, just because like I find it easier to like apply liquids over pencils, but pencils are also like a very good alternative if you don't have liquids.
Thank you.
Yeah, creams are also very good, just because like they also like are easily applied, and they also you do have a little bit more control over liquids because like you can choose your brush instead of like having to like.
And you said it's a cream, so there's a such thing as a cream?
Yeah, there's such thing as a cream
Oh my.
eyeliner. They'll come in like in a little like box. I actually have like cream eyebrow. So it'll like look like that. It's just like a little bit darker, and then you can just take your preferred brush and just like dip it in there.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So then again, I just choose a point that's like similar to the one I made on the other side. I just go on. And then I extend it a little bit. I take it all the way. And then again, look up. And then if you mess up a little bit, it's fine. Makeup doesn't have to be perfect. As long as it makes you look good, it's good enough. This eye is a little messed up, but it's fine. Makeup is all about, for me, it's all about self-expression, like using it to like accentuate one's beauty that they already have. So like if you like mess up a little bit, just go with it. For example, like this eye, it's very heavy on the eyeliner, but we're just gonna continue going on. So
would you make the other, like if you get one thicker than the other, is it easier to take one off or to just make the other one thicker? Like what do you think is best?
Make the other one thicker, but yeah, just like make the other one thicker if you can. Like I'll do it right now just because like.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
Just make the other one a little bit thicker.
I always have a hard time getting the wings to like point in the same angles.
So this is where false lashes become a lifesaver, because they'll hide all the mistakes you made on like right on your base of your lid. So I go in with my mascara first, and then I put false lashes on after. Then I do another layer of mascara. So the first layer is just like create your eyelashes, like give it a little bit more volume so that your false lashes have a little bit more thing to stick to. And then the second layer after you put all your false lashes, just to like merge them together to create one final like eyelash, just so that you don't have, so it's not obvious you're wearing fake lashes. So I look down, and then you see I got a little eyeshadow on the hood of my eye right there. That's fine if that happens. If that happens, you want to take a clean spoolie. If you don't know what a spoolie looks like, it's like a brush that is just like a spool. And then you can just go in and you can just take off. If it'll work right now. So this might also take off a little bit of your eyeshadow. So if that happens, just like go back in with your eyeshadow a little bit, and again, just blot it, and then blend it. Don't just go in straight blending it. But yeah, I look down, and then I'm gonna place it at the bottom, and then I blink. So that's just how I apply mascara. It's the easiest way I found. So just add a little bit of volume to your lashes, and then so your false lashes have a little bit more to stick to.
I got a tip. If you don't have false eyelashes, but you want to like have a thick coat on your lashes, go back and forth gently before you go up and down, and that'll help to get mascara on the top of your eyelashes as well as the bottom.
So then on the bottom, this time I like tilt my head down, and then you guys can't really see that, okay? I'll just take my hair away for a second. So I look down, and then I go that, and then I just take it down a little bit. So I look forward, and then I just take my mascara and I like drag it along. Now I have like no lashes at all naturally. That's why I wear falsies a lot because like I want to have lashes, and like I think that lashes like really like pull a look together.
What's your favorite brand at the drugstore?
For false lashes?
Yeah.
There's actually amazing false lashes on Amazon that you can buy for about like $5 to $10.
Oh.
That's where I got mine. I can't remember the exact brand right now. I don't have the box on me, which is like, because I'm like, we
can post it later on the website.
Yeah.
If you find out what the company is.
Like I just search up fake lashes, and then whatever are the biggest are the ones that I buy usually. Also, you can
what's top rated. And do you like glue, or do you like ones that?
Yeah. So I use glue. So this is glue that I bought on a different pair of lashes from the drugstore. It's almost out because I use fake lashes on every single look that I do. Yeah. Like when I say I do big lashes, like these are the lashes that I wear. Just because go big or go home. Why not? Wear big lashes. If I do any like drag makeup as well, these are the same lashes that I'll use. So any like look that I do, I use these lashes. And yeah, like any look that I do, I use those lashes. So I put lash glue on my lash.
Can you show us how much you're putting on?
Yeah, so
and what are you using to apply it? Like, are you just putting it on?
I use the actual like so I just squeeze a bit out. If it will squeeze.
Yeah.
And then I place it onto it, just create like a nice like thin layer. That looks thick, but it's quite thin actually. So a thin layer all like across the lash, so just to like get an even coating around. So then you don't want to put it on right away. You want to like wait a little bit to make it tacky so it sticks to your eye a bit better than when it's just wet. Because if it's wet, it'll just fall off. So you can blow on it as well. Just like, obviously if you're putting lashes on someone else, don't blow on them because like that's not very hygienic. But if it's on yourself, it's fine. So I blow on it a little bit, then I let it like sit on my desk a little bit because like I'm on a vanity right now. I just let it sit for a while, and then I put lash glue on my other lash that I'm doing. So again, just like squeeze it out a bit.
You put the glue on both first so that they get kind of tacky.
Yeah, and I blow on the first one first so that one like gets tacky even faster than this one, so that this one will get tacky while I'm placing the other one on. And I just lost a lash. Where did that one go? That is, I might have just lost a lash. Good thing I have extras. Extra lashes are something you should have on hand. So, I lost a lash. Oh, wait. No, that's not it. Okay.
You. Maybe it's
So. I don't know where it went. I'll find it later. It's fine. So, also, something with fake lashes. Mine are I found it.
Oh.
I think it was stuck to my arm. So with fake lashes, they are made for a certain eye length. So if like that isn't your eye length, obviously it's not going to fit your eye comfortably. So something you can do is cut off a third of your lash and then put this like the lash that like the bigger piece on your eye and then
So that
just like, so you want to put like, this is my actual lash that I'm wearing right now. But like I would cut it, place the big part on the inner part of my eye, just like that. And then take the final part and like stack it to where it like covers the last part of my eye. So that'll help like create a lash that's like completely covering your eye, as well as creating a little bit more volume on the edge of your eye and like lifting it up a little bit. So now that your lash is a little bit tacky, I go in with my fingers. Some people use tweezers, which I was never able to do. I just always found it easier with my fingers, and I just go in and I place it on the inner corner of my eye first, and then so it's okay if like it falls off first, or like you don't get the placement right at first, because I never do, let me tell you that. And then place it on the outer corner of your eye once you got that inner corner. And you guys can't really see, but it's because I'm using a mirror, because like I can't do it just like. So again, false lashes just really complete a look for me, other than, you know, lips, which is what I save for absolute last.
So when the glue dries, does it dry? It dries clear, right?
Mine doesn't, but there are that do. Mine is still like a little bit white, which is fine. It'll like the mascara at the end will cover it up. But I can't seem to get my lash placement down. It's fine. All right, so once you have the lash on, it's like still tacky, so it still has to dry a bit. So I go in and I like touch my natural lash and I just like push up against the like the fake lash.
Okay, so you're trying to get them to like catch, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see it while you're doing it. I've never understood how to put on false eyelashes. This is amazing.
So you see that this eye compared to this eye is so much better. That's why I always use fake lashes, because it always just like elevates the look to like another degree. Also, I'm noticing that part's a little patchy. So once it's more dry, I actually go in and I press them together with my fingers, just to create like a further like unified look, just to make sure there's no like gap in them.
Hey, Bailey, you remember when you said you cut the eyelash in half?
Well, yeah, I cut. So I cut.
Can you explain that again?
Yeah. So actually, wait. Where's my lash? Where's my actual lashes? I'll show you guys right now. Why not? So you grab a pair of scissors. They don't need to be like small scissors. They can be any scissors you want. So you take your eyelash. You go about a third of the way of like the outer corner. So if I was placing this on this eye over here, the outer corner would be this side over here. So I would take about a third of it and I would just kind of like cut it off. It'll cut right now because there's a lot of pieces on it. Because I use all my lashes because like they came in a package of 6, so like 3 pairs. So then you're left with 2 pieces. You're left with like a little small piece at the end and then a big piece. So you just want to take your big piece and then place it on the inner corner of your eye, just like that. And obviously this lash was already cut, so it's like it won't fit my eye anymore because I cut it. So then once that is placed, you want to take this piece. I'll do it on this side. So it'll look like this, kind of. So then you take this piece and you just cover up the last bit of it to create extra volume on your lash, and then fill off.
Okay,
so
thank you.
Yeah, that's how I do it. Just like, because then you see this part over here has a little bit extra volume compared to this corner in the middle, even though, you know, both sides are supposed to be equal. Then after you get this placement down, my nose is already, that's fine. The other lash should be tacky already because, you know, you already went through with the other eye, and this one was drying the entire time. So again, I go in and I place the inner corner first. And then I place the outer corner. Now you guys can't really see that, but. And then once it's on, like the inner corner will come off, like once you place the outer corner. So then just go back in and touch up the inner corner. So then again, while it's drying, I like to like push it up. So this pushing it up will also create like an elevated look to your lashes. And now these lashes are not equal, but it's fine. My makeup is never symmetrical, and that's okay. Then like, okay, so if your makeup isn't symmetrical, do not take a head-on photo because you'll see all the symmetricals. So you want to tilt your head a little bit, and then like you can like pose to hide your mistakes.
That is such a good tip.
So a great
Amazing.
is pose to hide your mistakes. That's the best advice I could give someone, because like you're gonna make mistakes. It's fine. Everyone makes mistakes when doing makeup. No one's perfect. And if your makeup's absolutely perfect, I'll hate you because I'm jealous of you. So again, once it's dried, I take my fingers and I just squeeze my two lashes together. Now this lash does not want to be cooperative right now, but it's fine. Again, we'll just pose later on to like hide any mistakes we make. Now I see one of my eyes opens larger than the other, so like my lashes will always like look lopsided. That's why every single photo I take is like angled to the side, so like you can't see that kind of like asymmetry. I don't know what to call it. So once you have your false lashes on and like they're actually like on, you take your mascara again and you just put another layer on top to further just marry them. Marry your lashes. I mean, they're already kissing, so might as well just get married. So again, you just want to brush up.
Bailey, did we lose you? Oh, we're so close to the last step. Bailey, come back.
Can't walk out like this.
My eyelashes aren't married. He did say his phone was dying. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Someone is running to get his charger right now.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm his mom, so.
Mom, hurry!
Oh. You're not. You're supposed to like be prepared before. So right here.
Yeah, okay.
So let's see. We'll put it.
Are you
on-
doing Kaya? Looking very pretty.
Yeah, my phone died. We love that.
We knew it. Hi, Kaya. How's it going? You're looking very pretty.
I'll do that down now.
We're almost at the end. That's exciting.
Yeah, we almost
All
got
right.
it. There's only one step left, and that's the lips.
You were right. Once you do the final coat of mascara, then it's like they become your own luscious lashes.
Yeah,
Yours
they
look
become your own
amazing.
luscious lashes, which is nice because then, like, you know, they don't look fake. So then the next step I do is eyebrows, actually. So with eyebrows, you want to take like a nice, like angled small brush that is very like thick and very like sturdy. You don't want it like very loose because then you won't get nice like, you know, definition on your brows. So I use this one from the drugstore again because like, you know, it's in dark brown because my brows are quite dark as they are. So it is a cream. Most eyebrow things that you will get are cream. Some of them are powder. So then I just go in and then you take it and then you just brush it on and then you follow your natural brow. we didn't cover our brows, so you're not putting on a fake brow. So just go in and then just follow your natural. This will just create a little definition, especially because we put foundation over top of your eyebrows at the very beginning. They are a little like paler than what they usually are. Just go in and define them. So then I move my hair back and then I move it to the other side so I have access to the other brow. There we go. So eyebrows are very important to do. Sometimes I forget to do them. That's why in some of my photos, you will see like my eyebrows a little paler than what they usually are. So, yeah. So the next thing I do is my lips. Lips are one of the things that I invest money in. Like I have 2 lipsticks from Morphe. There's this one right here, which is a very deep, dark shade. I also have this one, which is a nice, lighter red shade. Like lip liner is so important for this. You need a lip liner because I'm gonna overline my lips, right? So I don't really have a top lip like at all. So I like to create a little fake one, so that it's like a little bit bigger. So with your lip liner, you want to like go in and just, so if you place your lip liner on your cupid's bow and then you just drag it over top, it'll create that little like lift in your lip. And I just drag it down. Then you see it has that little like lift from the cupid's bow already. Instead of like having to like try and like mimic it like going up, you can just drag it across your cupid's bow instead. Now my lips are never symmetrical on either side. That's why once you actually finish your lips, you can go and take a makeup remover, like a makeup wipe, and just go around the edges. And I will probably have to show you guys that later. So then the lower lip, I actually have like a pretty big bottom lip, so I don't overline that one. So I just follow the edge of my lip. You want to do this quite thick because then you'll get that like nice ombre look where the corner of your lips are like darker than the inner of your lips. You see right now it's a quite thick layer, just so that when I go in with my lips, with my liquid lipsticks, it'll be a little bit more ombre, and I just really like an ombre look with my lips. So I use 2 different lipsticks, but you can use 1. So first I go in with my darkest color, and I go into the corners of it. So I place, so it's a little applicator on a liquid lip. So I just go in to the corners and I place a little bit down.
Are you rubbing or tapping?
I'm rubbing this on. So you rub liquid lipstick on it. It's one of the only makeup things that you actually rub on. And then you rub it on and then you press your 2 lips together so that you get them on both sides. So then, yeah.
Bailey, what do you mean by you like the ombre look? Is that what you was talking about with the corners where they're dark?
Yeah, so the corners
Okay.
will be darker and then the inside of your lip will be lighter.
Okay.
So then
Thank you.
I take the lighter shade, right? And then I go into the inner of my lip just to create that little like highlight on the inner, on the inner side of the lip. And I go in all the way to the corner as well, because you already have that layer of dark lipstick, so it'll create like that darker shade compared to the inside of your lip already. So that's how I do my lips as well. And you see they're a little bit bigger than what they started off to be. I like it. And I noticed that like one of my lips on the corners down here is like a little bit lopsided. So again, I just take a makeup wipe. I put it around my finger just like that. And then I go in and I just wipe it off. And then I'll do this all around my lip just to make sure that any imperfections are like out of there, because lips are hard to hide any imperfections on, because they are like, no matter where you turn your head, you will be seeing most sides of your lip.
What do you do with like, because I often get the like little pink smudge when I clean it up. Do you go back in with concealer or something?
Yeah, I'll go back in with my foundation shade, because that is where like what's surrounded my lips. So I'll just go back. I'll show you guys in a second, because I am getting a bit of pink smudges myself.
Paige is asking if you prefer gloss or matte.
So I prefer matte, especially when you're like overlining your lips, because a shimmer will like, it's not as full coverage as a matte. So I actually don't put any extra foundation because there's already foundation in the beauty sponge. I just go in to like where I rubbed it off, and I just dab it, and they'll like get rid of most of the pink smudges. There still will be a little bit of pink smudge like there, but no one will notice unless they're like face to face with you.
Will that help with bleed too?
Yeah, that'll help quite a bit with me as well. So my lips are basically finished, so I just go in with a drugstore gloss, just add a little bit more shimmer to them and a little bit more like, you know, because you already have that layer of matte lipstick on your lips, so the coverage is already there, and you're like your lips are already like, they're already overlined. So then you go in with a little bit of gloss. I just put it on the inside of my lip, just to like create the wet look on the inside of my lip, and then again just press your lips together, and then you will, and that is the finished look, I think.
Show how you take a picture.
So how I would take a picture, I have this little like stand here with me. Yes,
Right here, me.
Hi, Mom.
I have this little tripod that I use. That's actually what I was recording on before, you know, my phone died, even though it was at like 60% before this started. That just shows how bad my battery is right now. So I will put my phone on there, and then I will angle myself according to the mistakes that I've made. So for example, I've noticed right now, even today, that my lashes are not even. So I know from the very beginning my picture will not be face on. So I choose the side that I like the most. For example, I like this side the most. So I will angle myself so I'm diagonal towards the camera. I will look at the camera, but my head would be tilted away, so that you're accentuating like this part of the eye, and you're hiding most of this eye. So then so hands are something that are not a lot of people know what to do with them.
Agreed.
Something that I do is I go like this, and I kind of like frame my face a little bit. So like I'll go like this, and you see like it's framing my face in a way where the attention is going towards my lips, because this part is pointing towards the lip, but this part is pointing towards the eye. So I'll go like this, or something else you can do is just don't have your hands in there. Just put your hands down by your side.
Okay, hold on now. While you're teaching us how to pose, I'm going to put us on the group shot, and we're all going to pose together. Okay. And then Apache's going to take a photo. Everyone, okay. So is it? Oh, sorry.
So
Okay.
with that pose, you want to, okay, I'll just stand up for this for a second. So you want to put your arm on top of your other arm. Just like that. So it's created like a little base.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
It'll just be a little bit easier to like.
How do you take your own photo if you've got your arm on your arm? Which hand is taking the selfie?
I actually use Snapchat and their timer feature.
Oh.
And I'll just like take a photo after photo after photo until I finally get one that I like, and then I'll go and edit that one. With editing, I don't do a lot of it. I just do like turn the saturation up a little bit, you know, maybe take the light down so it's like creating like kind of like that golden hour. So again, just put your hand on top of your other arm, and then just like pose.
Take the photo to Betty.
Done. Let me just see if it worked. All right. Got it.
Well, this is the most glamorous I've ever felt.
If anyone has any questions,
Watch
about
Facebook
the
for
entire-
15 more selfies from me today. Anybody else have any final questions for Bailey?
Bailey, of course I do. I have one more
All right.
question for you. Yes, and my questions are great. I wanted to ask you, I have long eyelashes, so
Mhm.
I don't really need to wear the false eyelashes. Do you recommend that I use clear mascara or black or
I use-
brown?
Yeah, I use black, and I would recommend black just because it will add that extra like little volume compared to a clear mascara. Because that black mascara will
Oh.
only like add a little bit more volume. It'll add a little bit color to appear like your lashes will appear bigger than they actually are.
Okay.
I have
Thank you so much.
two quick questions. Number one, I'm so sorry I was just a tiny bit late, but I might have missed the part about like you have great cheekbones.
Mhm.
Did you highlight the cheek as well?
So yeah, I put a little bit of highlight like just right there,
Okay.
just to, like highlight them. Also, like when you're doing your foundation,
Yeah.
what you can do is like put a little bit of translucent powder right underneath them, and
Okay.
then let that sit, so that that contour will really pop and like create that actual like little shadow underneath.
Bailey did a matte contour first and then a highlight, but also with like a powder along the jawline. And
Yeah.
Okay. And the other question I had is I don't have very much eyebrow, especially for some reason like towards the front where you get this like really nice frame.
me
Do you
too.
have a favorite eye pencil that you use? I've tried the e.l.f. one before. That's really skinny, but do you tend to use like one that looks like a mascara brush or the pencil one that you used earlier?
But I actually don't use a pencil. I use this gel that I have.
Oh,
It's-
oh, okay.
It's from the drugstore actually. It is Ardell, I think.
Ardell.
It is it's like $5 at the drugstore, and it's just like it's in dark brown. It's also what I use to do if I'm drawing on my fake eyebrow. I recommend it a lot and it's very cheap as well. That's
Okay,
quite
here. Now,
Thank you.
Kaya is asking how expensive does makeup at the drugstore get?
Sorry.
How expensive does makeup at the drugstore get?
So drugstore makeup is quite affordable. I don't actually know the exact, like obviously for different products, there'll be different prices. Most things range from like $5 to like $20 per product. It really just depends what you're buying.
What's the best bargain for a young girl with an allowance? What would you recommend to start with?
Definitely eyeshadow. I feel like eyeshadow is one of the things like you need to experiment with and get like your own handle on it. Like that's how I got like my makeup skills, is from experimenting and like watching YouTube videos. So, because like you can get foundation, concealer, all that stuff later on, but like if you don't have your eyes, then like what you don't.
Especially when you have such pretty eyes like Kaya has. Maybe some lip gloss too.
Yes. Lip gloss.
Have you tried the magnetic?
Michelle is asking, ooh, good question, Michelle McGow. This is Michelle. She's my new colleague at Concordia. I'm so excited. And she has a very good question. Have you tried the magnetic eyelashes?
I have not actually. I haven't I haven't heard anything really about them either. Like I just never really been exposed to them.
I see them on Facebook all the time. Facebook ads. It's very tempting. Jenna, have you seen them? Have you tried them?
I haven't tried them, but my friend Nico did. And the eyeliner, I guess, has something in it that makes it magnetic. So you put it on like a regular liquid eyeliner. And then the eyelashes have this little magnet in them. And so they just click onto your eyes. It's nuts, but apparently they're pretty strong. I haven't tried them myself because I'm not really good with false lashes.
Kaya's saying she's looking for a setting powder, a blush, a contour, and a concealer. Do those things come in the same kit sometimes?
Not usually.
Oh, you got too many sound things out. There we go. Okay, now you're muted. You're muted.
Okay, I'm back.
Hovak, you got to turn off your sound. Oh no, somebody. Okay, go ahead.
Don't you love it when your phone dies in the middle of a scene? Yeah. So with like the setting powder and all that and blush and that, you will have to buy those things usually separately. Although again, Elf is very affordable and it is really good like quality. So like from my experiences from it. Yeah.
Thank everybody for participating.
This has been so awesome, Bailey. I feel like I learned so much. It's like a master class. I'll send you some selfies. Thank you everyone for joining us today. This is fantastic. Everyone. And this video will be online later. You can share it with your friends, anyone who missed the call today. And we're super excited. Nakumi, Kwana, so awesome.
Yes, thank you everyone for participating. It was an honor to be here and to do and like show you guys what I have done and like what I've been able to like learn throughout makeup.
Are you considering a career as a makeup artist?
Probably not. Like maybe makeup artists, they have a really tough job, right? Because they have to adapt to like different people's skin tones and face structures on a daily basis. And I don't use makeup to make myself look pretty. I use it as a way to like you know, express myself in ways that is otherwise impossible. So I don't see myself as becoming a makeup artist to make other people seem pretty.
Hey Bailey, where can we view the video?
You can view it on inuitfutures.ca. I'll put it in the comment bar.
Yes,
just go to our calendar and you can watch this and all of our previous public workshops as well by just clicking on the square on the calendar that you're interested in. You can pop it open and the workshops will be live on there. So there's a bunch of things if anyone hasn't tuned in, everything from how to draw comics with Napachi Folger to how to make a fur pom-pom or do some beadwork. All kinds of fun things are online. So please join us again. Later this week, just for Inuit, is a intermediate throat singing workshop with Inukshuk McKay and Tiffany Ayalik of Pixic. And next Monday, we're going to be making caribou soup for lunch or for dinner actually. You started at lunch, it's ready for dinner time with Sylvia Kluche. And then on June 21st for National Indigenous Peoples Day, we have a really amazing whole day of programming, and there's so many exciting people that are going to be joining us, and that announcement will be coming very soon. So that's it. Nakumi, Kaima, nice to see everyone. Thank you all so much. Thank
Belly.
you, my sister, partner in crime, everyone else. See you all later. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.